Hello and welcome to Ask the Expert with CertiK. My name's Jesse. I'll be your host. I hope you know me by now. Each episode, we bring on one of our many experts at CertiK to discuss what's happening in the world of crypto and how you can leverage the CertiK security suite to make informed decisions and separate the signal from the noise. This episode, we're going to continue our deep dive into the new and improved Security Leaderboard 360. And to help us understand the full functionality of this powerful tool for research, I'd like to bring on Will, who's a research analyst here at CertiK. Will, how's it going?
Going well. Good to be back.
Good to have you. This series is going well so far, I think. What are we jumping into this week?
Yeah, today we're going to continue exploring modules on the Security Leaderboard. I'm particularly excited about today's episode because we'll actually start to get into the Skynet modules. And
Awesome.
Skynet is where the leaderboard gets particularly interesting with a lot of the on-chain security monitoring and real-time data insights that it offers. I know that you and I have both probably been aware of the recent price action across, both majors and alts in the past few days. The rally's been definitely something to pay attention to. As I was thinking about my trades going into that a bit, I realized that it's really helpful to have such an expansive suite of tools available on the Security Leaderboard. So for, a meme coin like Shiba Inu, which you'd expect to move a lot during this kind of rally, taking a look at Skynet prior to making any decisions for a particularly risky token like that was really helpful for my due diligence, particularly our new price analysis module.
Let's look at the price analysis module for SHIB then. What does this module tell us?
Yeah, so we designed this module to be customizable, actually. It integrates token's price movement alongside other on-chain and security and social analytics that give the trader on this TradingView portfolio or platform, a more kind of indicator-based API to look at. So it helps you to really kind of understand a lot of the additional metrics that might be moving price or might be correlated with price.
Right, so we've got the full TradingView integration, which gives you all the features of that platform, plus a bunch of Skynet features that you can overlay and compare, as well as the price data from TradingView.
Yeah, you got it. So we obviously start out with some kind of top line statistics at the top around what the current token price is, how much has changed hands in the last 24 hours, represented by volume, what the current circulating and total supply are, and then computing those to arrive at market cap. And we see this for both the token price valued in USD, as well as the top DEX pairs across the top DEXs on which this token is present.
Looks like Shiba Swap there has 3 of the top 4 most liquid DEX pairs. Is that right?
Yeah, that would make sense considering this is the native token for the Shiba Inu universe and their whole decentralized ecosystem. Now, kind of referencing what I said earlier about having additional metrics you can kind of overlay with price in order to come to either some conclusions or some insights thereafter. For example, if you take a look at something that could be really correlated with the price movement of Shiba Inu, since it is a meme token, total Twitter followers would be something that I would be looking at to start. So if we look at our Twitter followers module, you see that it pulls up this section right below price, which compares the number of Twitter followers added per day against what the price is currently doing.
So now, you see that spike there really matches the recent spike, an increase in Twitter followers of, what was it, about 6,000 a day with the price spike as well?
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see these sorts of correlations. And, whether or not this current rally has played out all the way and we're going to return to normal levels is still up for debate, but it's interesting to see this sort of correlation and what, a potential trader thinking about, LPing with SHIB or buying it in spot markets could use in order to kind of make that decision a bit more informed, or at least on a magnitude scale.
For sure. And Twitter is this whole Dogecoin rally was kicked off by the news of Elon actually acquiring Twitter. So being able to look at Twitter metrics right next to the price, it's a really great feature. It's a powerful way to get a different sort of insight into where the price may be going.
Yeah, very meta. I'm glad you brought that up, actually. There is another section that can be overlaid on the bottom here called sentiment metrics. And if you log in as a CertiK.com user, you'll be able to add these additional metrics to the bottom and see more indicators that could potentially be correlated with the price to some varying degrees.
And it's free to make an account on CertiK, easy to get those metrics.
Exactly. All you do is click this login button right here and you're in within a few minutes.
Awesome. So we've looked at the social reach metrics. Let's take a look. Let's go up a little bit, get some on-chain metrics. Maybe
yeah, good call.
Token holders change. How about that? See who's holding on to their SHIB, if anyone's selling with into this rally.
Definitely. So this is a really good metric for seeing what on-chain holdings look like, right? When you pull up this metric, it does seem that a lot of the positive change that we've seen actually was back around April when the market was really starting to kind of take one of its final legs down, at least to date.
So some sort of low-level accumulation with those, couple hundred gains in token holders per day.
Yeah, seems like there actually haven't been too many new holders per day, but it is in the triple digits, and so there are some people who were able to preempt this rally and get on chain with their SHIB and experience a bit of the gains that we're seeing here.
So we are seeing negative 115, was it there? So it's selling at the very, very top of that rally. 1,400.
Yeah. Now that's interesting because if you see a lot of people kind of dumping like that, instead of looking at order books across exchanges, you're able to kind of see that collectivized here and correlate that with, this top wick and the fact that it might not be a bad idea to, take some profits or risk off a little bit on your SHIB position.
Right. Yeah. It'd be a more confident sign if you saw a gain in the total token holders with a spike like that. But a dump like that is not necessarily the best sign for the long-term sort of price action.
Yeah.
Or medium term.
Now let's also check out unique active users. Perhaps there's something there. I think it's always cool to just see how, correlated certain pumps and certain falls in the price are with a lot of these different metrics.
And it's important to look at different metrics to get like a sort of holistic idea. One metric, the total token holders might be influenced by certain things that are hard to take into account. But if all the indicators are pointing in the same direction, then that's a pretty good sign that something's about to happen.
Yeah, I think what our platform does a really good job of is presenting a lot of correlated data right at the start that kind of positions you to be able to take the next steps to come to the kinds of conclusions you might want to before making that trade.
For sure. And I was actually doing my own due diligence the other day, and I was hoping there's something that you can explain to me. If we head back to the leaderboard, I was looking at Polygon's Matic token, number 1 on the leaderboard there.
Sure.
So down on this price module, I was looking at market cap. So if you enable that one, as you can see, the market cap graph has sort of diverged from the price graph, whereas before it was pretty much in lockstep with the price movements. What does it mean now that it's above the price graph?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up because I actually wasn't aware. So what happens is we see, really high correlation with the market cap and the price kind of to and through up until it looks like August of this year. And that means that there wasn't any change in the number of circulating tokens of Matic that were out there for users to hold. But it seems that since there's been a divergence, perhaps there are now more circulating tokens in place as opposed to prior August. And so we can probably check that out, whether or not there's been an increase in circulating supply. But I think that's something that holders certainly want to be aware of, that, there's been probably a bit of a dilution there towards what they're currently holding if, they're not staking it or doing something that earns them some passive income on top of their Matic.
That makes sense. So since market cap is the price of the token multiplied by the number of tokens, if the price stays the same but the market cap goes up, that means that there's more tokens in circulation, basically.
That's exactly right.
And it's cool to be able to see right up the top there, like the number of circulating tokens compared to the number of total tokens. Looks like we've got about 87% of all tokens currently in circulation. So another 13% that users would want to check up on just to see what the token emission schedule is that Polygon is using for the rest, this 13% of the rest of the tokens.
Good call. Definitely check out the emission schedule to see when you can expect a little bit more divergence here and what that might mean for your Matic holdings.
For sure. Yeah. Awesome. So that's the price analysis module. That just about wraps it up today, but we'll be back next week. What do we have? What's the next module on the leaderboard that we'll be looking at next week?
Yeah, glad you asked, Jesse. So we'll be taking a look at social analysis next week. Really excited to dig into this one.
Looks good. I hope there's a lot happening on Twitter that we'll have to talk about next week.
No question. Thanks for having me on again.
Great. Thanks, Will. Good to see you.